In Osaka, there is a Toyota Corolla with 750,000 miles on the odometer. The engine has never been opened, never been rebuilt, never had the block or head replaced. The owner is a retired engineer. When he pulls out his maintenance log, it looks like a sacred document. Every page reveals a level of discipline that most Americans would call obsessive. It's not obsessive, it's math. I'm Anderson from Diario Automotivo, and today I'm going to show you the specific habits that allow a Japanese driver to pass the same car through 3 generations, while we tend to get rid of ours at 120,000 miles, thinking the engine is worn out. The number one habit that destroys more American engines than any other mechanical issue. I'm going to start with the most common mistake, the one that practically every driver makes every single morning without knowing it. You start the car, put it in drive, and go. In Japan, doing that is considered a form of disrespect toward the machine. And there is a very serious technical reason behind it. In the first 10 seconds after startup, the oil has not yet reached the upper parts of the engine. The metals are contracted from the cold of the night. The clearances between components are not at their ideal working tolerances. Accelerating at that moment causes microscopic scratches on the internal surfaces that you will never see, never feel, but that accumulate oil change after oil change, year after year. Honda engineers have documented that this single habit alone can reduce engine lifespan by as much as 70%. The Japanese method is simple. Start the engine. Wait for the idle to stabilize, about 30 seconds. Drive gently for the first mile or two, keeping it under 3,000 RPM. Only then do you start demanding more from the engine. It sounds minor. The difference between 120,000 miles and 750,000 begins right here. The oil change interval your owner's manual is lying to you about. Toyota engineers privately admit something that never appears in any owner's manual. The recommended intervals were calculated for perfect conditions that do not exist in the real world. Perfect conditions means stable ambient temperature, consistent highway driving, no stop-and-go traffic, no repeated cold starts. In other words, conditions that no American driver actually faces on a daily basis. The taxis in Tokyo that hit 300,000 miles with engines that look brand new inside share one common practice. They change their oil at half the recommended interval. If the manual says 10,000 miles, they change it at 5,000. Every mile driven on degraded oil is like sanding your engine's internal components with ultra-fine sandpaper. You don't hear it, you don't feel it, but it is happening. An oil change costs somewhere between $50 and $100. An engine rebuild costs $3,000 to $10,000. The Japanese do that math, and the answer is obvious. The crime that almost every shop commits and that you have probably never questioned. This one is going to bother you. A lot of shops change the oil without changing the filter. They charge for a full service, but the filter stays in, either to save on the part or because the customer never notices. In Japan, this is considered an automotive crime. Because a used filter holds up to 7 ounces of old, contaminated oil that immediately pollutes the fresh oil that was just put in. It is literally the equivalent of taking a shower and putting your dirty clothes right back on. There's more. Japanese mechanics pre-fill the new filter with clean oil before installing it. Why? To eliminate the 3 seconds of dry running that happen on the first startup while the empty filter is being filled. 3 seconds of metal without lubrication. Sounds insignificant. Multiplied across every oil change over years, it is not insignificant. Always verify that the filter was changed along with the oil, every single time. The habit nobody ever tells you about that is killing your fuel pump. How many times have you let the low fuel warning light come on before filling up? Most people do this without thinking twice. It seems harmless. The fuel pump sits inside the tank, and is cooled by the very fuel it is pumping. When the tank is nearly empty, the pump operates partially exposed, overheating. And even worse, it starts drawing in the natural sediment that settles to the bottom of the tank and that would otherwise just sit there undisturbed. That sediment goes to the injectors, goes to the fuel filter, goes to the catalytic converter. Nissan revealed a striking statistic. Fuel pumps on Japanese-driven cars last an average of 180,000 miles. In the United States, where running the tank to empty is common, they tend to fail around 90,000 miles. Japanese drivers refuel when the tank hits a quarter full, not when the warning light comes on, when it hits a quarter. Adopt this habit starting today. It costs the same to fill up earlier or later. The difference is what happens to your pump and your injectors over the years. The tire pressure that is damaging your engine without you knowing it. This one seems like it has nothing to do with the engine, but it does. Japanese mechanics check tire pressure weekly with cold tires, not monthly, weekly. And they adjust to the exact PSI, not 1 pound over, not 1 pound under. Why the seemingly excessive obsession? Every PSI below the recommended pressure increases the internal friction of the tire, which generates heat, which transfers to the wheel bearings, which send microscopic vibrations through the suspension, which eventually reach the engine. Honda has demonstrated that maintaining ideal tire pressure reduces long-term engine wear by 15%. A tire that is 5 psi low can cost 30,000 miles of engine life, not tire life, engine life. Incorrect pressure also gradually misaligns the suspension, overloading the transmission through cornering. Japanese taxi drivers carry a digital pressure gauge like it's a lucky charm. Now you know why. What actually happens when you let your car idle for 10 minutes before driving? There is a habit that a lot of people genuinely believe is protecting their engine. Letting the car idle and warm up for 10 minutes before heading out. It doesn't protect it. It damages it. Extended idling dilutes the oil with fuel. It carbonizes the valves. It wastes gasoline. And it does not heat the engine efficiently because the engine needs load to reach its ideal operating temperature. The Japanese method is the opposite. Start the engine, wait 30 seconds for the oil to circulate through the passages, then drive away gently. The engine reaches its ideal operating temperature 3 times faster under gentle driving than it does sitting at idle. Even in the harshest winter conditions, the most they let a car idle is 1 minute. Then they pull out softly and drive easy. Veteran Honda mechanics have made a consistent observation over decades. The engines with the least internal wear always belong to drivers who never let their cars sit at idle for extended periods. The additive that Japanese mechanics use as a preventive ritual. While in America, we tend to wait for a problem to develop before acting. In Japan, they use fuel injector cleaner every 3 months as a standard part of their regular maintenance routine. We are not talking about some miracle product from a late-night infomercial. We are talking about products containing polyethyramine, the compound that dissolves carbon deposits before they have a chance to solidify on the valves and injectors. A taxi in Osaka with nearly 500,000 miles had injectors so clean that the technicians doubted it was the same original engine. The owner had been spending the equivalent of $25 on additive every 3 months to avoid an injector cleaning service that would have cost $500. The method is simple. Add it when the tank is nearly empty, fill up with fuel, and drive a stretch of highway at a steady speed so the product can work at the ideal temperature. Continuous chemical prevention instead of expensive, occasional repair. The battery habit nobody thinks about that doubles the lifespan of expensive components. Every 3 months, Japanese mechanics apply dielectric grease to battery terminals. Sounds like a meaningless detail. It isn't. The lead sulfate that forms on battery terminals creates electrical resistance. That resistance overloads the alternator, strains the starter motor, and slowly degrades the ECU, the engine control unit, and the sensors over time. Nissan technicians have documented that cars with protected terminals have alternators that last 180,000 miles. Cars without protection, 90,000 miles. Half the lifespan. For the lack of a product that costs a few dollars. Beyond the grease, they clean the terminals with a brass brush before applying it to ensure a perfect contact surface. This single habit protects the entire electrical system of the car, including components that can cost anywhere from $500 to $2,000 to replace. The maintenance practice that Japanese drivers respect with an almost philosophical devotion. In the end, it all comes down to one thing. A Toyota engineer in Nagoya once refused a courtesy car because his own oil change was 3 days overdue. 3 days. The Japan Taxi Association conducted a study that produced the following finding. Vehicles that had never missed a scheduled service interval, not even by a single day, averaged 550,000 miles before their first serious mechanical failure. Vehicles whose maintenance intervals were extended by just 15% averaged 250,000 miles. That same difference between an engine that lives and one that dies before its time is not about the model of the car. It's not about the brand. It's about the discipline of the owner. Experienced Japanese mechanics say they can predict the remaining lifespan of an engine simply by looking at its maintenance history. If they find delays, gaps, or inconsistencies, they calculate a premature failure as a certainty, not a possibility. In America, we tend to treat maintenance as an expense. In Japan, they treat it as an investment with a guaranteed return. A Corolla with 750,000 miles is not luck. It's not a special engine. It's not some kind of Eastern magic. It is the result of decades of simple, consistent, disciplined habits. Habits that anyone can start practicing today without spending a single dollar more than they already spend on normal maintenance. The difference is the when, the how, and how religiously you choose to respect your car. Tell me in the comments, which of these habits do you already practice? And which one are you going to start today? And tell me your name and where you're watching from.